Okay, we doobie back. In the last one, we hung out with Aspen for a little bit and had a nice chat. She got a little embarrassed because she wrote something very cute about us that she doesn't want to share. I think either that or she wrote that we're very annoying and weird and gross. Either way, and now we're gonna go play tennis. After a few hours of sitting around at the library, I'm bored enough to take Lena up on her offer to play tennis. The only problem is I forgot to ask her where and when. Sometime in the afternoon, I go down to the Bell House, where an employee tells me both Aspen and Lena have left for the day. Then they give me directions to a place called Hataitai Park, which is where they say Lena mentioned before heading out. I follow their instructions and reach a big open area full of... I'm going to move myself a little bit more. Full of people on bikes, walking, or just sitting in the grass. I wander around looking for any sight of Lena or people playing tennis. Finally, I spot the courts and make my way over. Out of the dozen or so people who are playing, it isn't hard to find Lena when I get there.
Yeah, nice serve.
I've been listening to the entire soundtrack the past couple days, and there's a vocal track in there that I'm so excited to get to because it's so good. Okay, this might be oversharing, but like, I don't know what it was about it, but like it just like hit me so hard in the feels, like the lyrics just did, that like I like kind of got like teary-eyed at it because I was like, oh, because like for a little bit of context, I guess it was about like forgetting and like that kind of stuff, and like forgetting like your friends and the people that you love, and I'm like, that's so real, and it also just sounds so pretty at the same time. It's like those songs that will just stick with you for a long time. So it hit me really hard because that's something I've thought about a lot. She runs back and forth again. Anyways, getting out of that heavy subject, she runs back and forth, leaping and diving to hit the little green ball before it can touch the ground. She flaps her wings to keep from falling over when she does. Her partner, a tall boy with antlers on his head, looks exhausted. When he swings his racket, it looks like his arm might fall off at any second. When I get close enough, Lena notices me and stops mid-dive.
Miho, you're late.
You didn't give me a specific time! But I was generally like, oh my gosh, like wings, like that's such a cheap thing to have in tennis. Like, I feel like you could just like flap yourself over and like, maybe that don't want to work too well because can't like, they're not gonna like hit it too high. You know what? I kind of forgot how tennis worked there for a second. Now that she's distracted, her partner takes the opportunity to hurry away, collapsing into the grass to rest.
Sorry, I wasn't sure what time I should come by. Or where.
Oh, right. I guess I should have told you. In that case, good guess.
Again, I can't get over to the voice acting in this game. The voice direction in this game is so good. And I was also about to say, I really just do love, like, the way I thought about, like, describing this game's art style is it's, like, anime storybook. Or, like, not coloring book, but I think anime storybook makes, like, makes sense, I think. I don't bother telling her that I got help from one of her coworkers. Lena picks up a racket from nearby and offers it to
Ready
me.
to play?
I guess so. I don't really know the rules.
Also, we're in such a terrible outfit to do this in too, I just realized. Oh my gosh.
It's fine. Me either. Just try to hit the ball, alright?
Okay, you know what? Maybe if she doesn't know the rules, then maybe having wings is cheating, because she might actually just try to fly up and get it if someone hits it too high, instead of just being like, that's gonna go out.
Okay, I can do that.
I take my spot on the other side of the net, trying to imitate the way other people are standing.
Alright, here goes.
Lena drops the ball and then knocks it towards me. I watch it carefully, and when it gets close enough, I swing. The ball goes soaring way over her head and falls into the grass out of sight somewhere.
Maybe a little less oomph next time. Let's try it again.
She serves the ball, and this time I just barely hit it over the net. Lena dives for it like before and sends it sailing back to me. The more we play, the easier it gets. Both of us miss the ball or knock it into the net a lot, but it's not too bad. Finally, when Lena gets tired and we take a break to drink some water. Finally, even Lena gets tired and we take a break to drink some water.
How long have you played tennis?
Like 2 days.
Today or in my life?
In your life?
Today. She thinks about it a bit, scrunching up her nose.
About
That's it?
Yeah, how about you?
Today.
About half an hour, I guess.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. See? We're both trying new things.
I don't want. As soon as I stop smiling, my eyes just go so angry for some reason. I don't know why. The whole time we're talking, Lena keeps glancing away from me to watch the other players. I try to figure out what's so interesting but can't.
Okay, break's over. Let's play some more.
We go back on the court and play for a little bit longer until the end of the hour. As everyone else starts to pack up and leave, I follow Lena, who puts away our equipment.
So, what'd you think? Did you have fun?
Yeah.
It was alright. I wouldn't mind doing it again, but I don't know if I'd want to play all the time. I can see why some people enjoy it at least.
Being outside is nice, and it was a good way to burn off some energy.
That's good. They meet a few times a week if you want to come back.
Will you be here?
Not sure yet.
Even while cleaning up, she's still distracted by someone or something else. When the other players walk past us on their way out When the other players walk past us on their way out the park, Lena turns her head to watch one of them. Oh, are we about a wingman, the winged person? Let's go.
Because we're planting trees here next time. Really exciting, right? If you want to help out, then come to me.
I catch snippets of a conversation as the person Lena's watching. A dryad goes by. Lena must hear too, because she instantly closes her eyes and puts her fingers against the side of her head.
Planting trees. Planting trees.
Lena, you okay? She repeats the words to herself a few times, and her eyes snap back open.
Okay, got it.
Huh?
Got what?
What I'm doing next time. I'll have to start studying up tonight so that I'm ready.
Huh?
Okay. If you
So
say
you-
so.
Did she come here for that guy, but now instead of playing tennis, she's gonna be planting trees? I'm pretty lost, but maybe this is just how Lena is.
You should come too, if you're not doing anything. I'll tell Aspen to give you the details.
Sure. Sounds good.
I'm not sure if I want to commit, especially since Lena probably won't even remember me the next time we see each other. But playing tennis wasn't so bad, so I should at least keep my options open.
Good. Alright, see you then, Miho.
See ya.
Waving goodbye, Lena heads off down one of the paths. I take a different one that leads me out of the park and back to the library for the rest of the day. Gosh, I can't even imagine living with the curse of, like, people will forget you if you don't see them every single day. Like, I genuinely... Like, let's say that hit me, like, today and I didn't know about it. I genuinely wouldn't have, like, anyone left in my life. Outside of, like, probably my, like, grandma. Just because, like, there's no one that I see literally every single day. You know? Like, that's crazy. With a tiny ding, the toast pops up and I load it onto the plate with the other slices. Oh, it's Wednesday now. I bring the dish over to the table.
Thank you, Miho. Go ahead and put it by the butter.
Oops, sorry. Let me get my bag out of your way.
Once the table is set, the three of us sit. I've gotten more used to the routine of breakfast and know when to do things like pass the salt and pepper without being asked. Every morning so far we have the same thing, eggs and toast. Banger of a breakfast, not gonna lie. I do love me some eggs and toast. Especially eggs on toast. Oh! But it's a lot tastier than convenience store food, and there are different spreads and fruits that change things up. Like usual, I'm the first one to finish eating, followed by Aspen, who stretches with a content sigh. So, Juliet is a vampire. Does she eat food? I don't know.
Breakfast was as superb as always. Thank you, Juliet.
Hey, it sounds like I did the toast.
It's my pleasure.
The two of them saying this is part of the routine too. Usually Aspen would be getting right up now to leave for work, except this time she doesn't.
Don't you need to go, Aspen? Is this your way of trying to get rid of me?
Never. She peers at me from over the rim of her cup as she sips her coffee.
Nah, I haven't thought about that. I was just wondering. I'm not sure if I should be flattered.
I think that was flattery. Nah, I haven't thought about getting rid of you. You know?
Anyway, I'm working a mid-shift today, so I don't have to go in until noon.
Mid shifts are the worst. Oh my gosh, I have to take my brother to work for his mid shifts. starts at like 11, ends at 8. I'm just like, I couldn't even imagine. I thought working night shifts sucked. Mid shifts sound 10 times worse.
Will you be writing then?
Yes, I ought to. I'm about halfway through this draft, and I'm trying to finish it by the end of this month, so...
You're
every
halfway through a
minute helps.
draft and you want to get done by the end of the month? How short is this novel? Like 50 pages or something?
Oh my. Halfway already? That's excellent progress. I look forward to reading it when you're finished.
Don't give me too much credit. I still have to get there first, and you know how that's gone before.
All you can do is keep trying.
Have you switched up projects a lot too? Yeah, I get it.
What are you
Hashtag
writing?
relatable.
A book. I've been working on it for a couple of years now, as long as I've been in Wellington.
Whoa. You're only halfway done? How long is it gonna be?
Only halfway. I wish it was as easy as you think it is. It takes time to plan the story and prepare to write, and then even after the drafting is done, you still have to edit it and fix it. Of course, the more you write, the better you become at it. And so sometimes you notice flaws in your story that you didn't catch before, so you have to go back or start over.
How do you ever get anything done then if you're always getting better? Don't you just have to finish it eventually?
Well, like I said, it's not that simple.
Yo, base Miho out there spitting hard facts. Listen, sometimes you gotta go for good, not perfection. Aspen clears her throat.
Anyway, it's difficult to explain to someone who's never written anything. Believe me, any writer would tell you the same thing.
I glance over at Juliet, who's intently watching her tea as she stirs it.
And you? Did you end up finding something to fill your time?
Oh, like a hobby. Maybe. I don't know yet.
Well, don't worry about it too much. It's supposed to be fun, not something you have to force yourself to do. Although I'm hardly one to talk. There are times where I want to do anything except write.
No, man. Literally, I've been in the phase, and by phase I mean like the past 6 months, where literally every moment is spent thinking about writing or drawing. Literally nothing else. Like the amount of times I'll just take my sketchbook with me while I'm hanging out with my friends and just sit there and doodle a little bit, or be thinking of stuff, how I'm gonna write stuff or plan stuff. It just never ends for me.
It's okay. At least you have something. Julia told me about movies, so I might try watching one of those. Have you ever seen a movie?
Once or twice, I'm sure.
Actually, Miho, there was something I wanted to ask you.
I'll do. Okay, yeah, I'm down to listen. If either of you two ask me to do anything, I'm so down.
What's that?
Well, how would you
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
about
yeah,
helping
yeah.
out around
This is
the
exactly
library
what I
as a
wanted.
part-time job? I'll pay you for your time, of course. It would give you something to do during the day, and it would be a great help to me.
Really? But I thought you didn't need any help running the library.
It's true that I don't need it. The honor system has served me well for the day-to-day services, and I'm kept informed of any troublemakers. But in addition to the kind assistance from Aspen in the mornings, I also have to reshelve books, maintain the check-in and check-out logs, and more. I don't mind those tasks at all. In fact, I find them rather relaxing. But without them, I'd be able to devote more time to other pursuits. If you're uninterested, you're more than welcome to decline.
No, let's do it. Aspen didn't want me work. What if Aspen put her up to this? Sent her a quick text hey, I can't have Miho trying to get a job at the cafe. Boss will forget her by tomorrow. And so she's you should probably give her a job. We're the only people who literally can.
You needn't worry about being kicked out or disappointing me. I'm perfectly content either way.
Helping around her doesn't sound bad at all. It doesn't sound very exciting either. But it's not like I found anything else I'd rather do instead. At least it's comfy in the library and super convenient. Having some money again would be nice too. It would be even better that there's no one trying to take it back.
Alright, I'll do it.
Juliet looks a little taken aback.
That was fast. Are you quite sure?
Yeah, I'll try it at least.
Of course. If you find it's not for you, then I won't be upset.
Cool. That's all
Why
that
don't you
matters.
take the rest of the week for yourself, and you can begin on Monday.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Excellent. I'll be looking forward to it then.
The two of them chat a little bit longer before Aspen leaves to go write, and Juliet goes to bed. I say mostly quiet, thinking myself, a job. That's something I never envisioned having. I figured I'd just keep stealing until what exactly? I'm not too sure. Until I find my person, I guess. That goal has been all I've focused on for my entire life. Now spending time here in Wellington is actually making me plan things out in advance. When I stop and think about the future, it's a lot of emptiness and mystery. It makes me realize just how little I have to fall back on. That's why doing all these normal things like getting a job could be good for me. I don't know what might be useful someday. As for my person, I'm still always thinking about them and how I can find them. That part hasn't changed. For now, I'll just go with the flow and see where it takes me. Who's this boy? Wait, is that the little boy that we found at the street? What's the point of going to... There was a tutorial at the beginning and I definitely forgot about it. But is there any point of going to like these places that don't have people there? I don't know. I'll go talk to the kid, I guess. Feeling like I could use a break, I head down to Cuba Street while I walk. While I walk, I count up the bills in my wallet. Aspen was right, having a job is kind of nice. At least having money is. I can buy so many snacks and no one can yell at me now. Wait, but how do we have money? We haven't started yet. When I get there, I zero in on the convenience store I stole sandwiches from on my first day here. I browse through, grabbing anything that looks good and carrying it up to the front where I dump everything onto the counter.
All of these, please.
Are you having a party or something?
Nope. It's all for me.
It must be nice being able to eat all those without gaining a single pound. Ah, so jealous. Also, freaking whenever like it's like a full body shot of Miho and you can see her clearly, I'm just like, dude, I love that fit. Freaking the shirt with the little armband and like the midriff showing with like the pants and like the jacket that's always hanging around. I realized I described it in like zero detail outside of how she has midriff, but like it just looks good.
Now,
Yeah,
to
oh.
find somewhere to enjoy these.
The impressed-looking employee fills up a plastic bag with my bounty, chips, candy, and sandwiches. I don't want to walk all the way back to the library, but all the benches around here are full. I carry my bag up the street and then down another, and another. Eventually I reach a place I've never seen before. A large brick entrance looms over me, with a wide open black gate. People are going in and out freely, so it must be okay. It's not breaking and entering if everyone's doing it, right? Exactly. As soon as I step in, I'm surrounded by plants. There's green in every direction. I don't have to walk for very long before I find exactly what I'm looking for. A nice quiet bench in the shade of a couple trees. Yeah, it's the little spirit! As I'm walking over, something suddenly flies past my face. At first I think it's a bird or piece of cloth caught in the wind, but after a second, I realize it's a fabled, one that seems kind of familiar. It drifts away without stopping and floats in the opposite direction. From me, I go and sit down, unwrapping the snack bar that I bought and taking a big bite. While I'm munching, a bug starts to buzz around my head. I wave it away a few times, but it keeps coming back.
What is it with things getting in my face today?
No matter how many times I swat at it, the bug doesn't give up. Finally, I go to knock it away and totally by accident end up catching it in my hand instead. I can feel it buzzing against my palm as it flies around, trying to find a way out. It's not exactly pleasant. I'm not sure what to do with it. If I just toss it in the bushes, it'll come right back.
Can I have that?
A voice from behind almost startles me into letting the bug go. I spin around to come face to face with the fable that flew by a couple minutes ago. Just beneath him is a kid.
Have the bug?
Yeah, it's for my collection.
The boy holds up a book with some pictures of other bugs on it.
I've got almost all the bugs on this page. That's the only one left.
Suddenly I remember where I've seen him in the fable before, on the pier, hiding from his mom a couple weeks ago. I think his name was Tommy. So I think, when we first met this kid, didn't like Miyu have a talk with his mom about like how he's doing and feeling and jiving and stuff like that. Because that just makes me wonder, like, how do the people who interact with Miho, like, think their life's wind when they forget Miho? Like, let's say, like, Miho takes $20 out of their pocket and they like, oh my gosh, you just robbed me of $20. And then they forget about her before they catch her. Do they know that they've lost that $20? Or is the $20 forgotten with Miho? I don't know. Or does their mind make up another way how they lost the money? It took me a bit to recognize him since he wasn't pouting like a loser.
Mom won't let me keep bugs because she says they're dirty, but Dad doesn't mind. So can I have it? Please?
I love the way his mouth is drawn. He pulls out a little jar from his pocket and opens the lid.
It solves my problem, I guess.
I dump the bug into the jar and Tommy quickly shuts it.
Thanks. Kirby and I were tracking this one all day.
Also, what I just realized is like we're just like meeting with people who are like doing their hobbies. Like he collects bugs. He's a bug boy. And then the other guy I think was like here fishing and junk like that. So the whole point was like for us to go out and meet people who are like, you know, doing stuff with their lives. I dump the bug into the jar and Tommy quickly shuts it. The fabled bobs up and down in agreement. At least I think it's agreement. That's your dad? He looks so young. Sorry, I'm so tired. I've been waking up at like 6 to 6:30 these past couple days, like naturally, and it's making me need to go to bed earlier. My bedtime used to be 11 to 12. Now I think it might just be 11, which is what time it is currently. All three of us turn at the sound of footsteps as someone else approaches us. My private spot is filled up pretty
Hi,
fast.
bud. You catch anything good yet?
Dad! Look what this lady caught!
Oh, I love the sparkles in his eyes. Tommy runs up and shoves the jar into the man's face. He takes it and inspects the bug inside.
Oh, looks like a big one. Did you say thank you?
Yeah, Kirby did too.
Oh, is that what it meant when you bobbed up and down?
Both Tommy and his dad stare at me like I've just said something crazy. I take an instinctive step backwards.
You mean that...
You can see Gerby? You mean he's real?
Oh, that's right. I remember this from last time. No one except Tommy can see Gerby. Tommy and me, apparently.
Yeah, he's floating right there. He has a purple flower on his head and on his sides.
I point to Gerby. Although the little fable doesn't have a mouth, its eyes crinkle up in a way that makes me think he'd be smiling.
Wow, she can really see him! See, I told you he was real, told you!
Tommy's dad whistles in wonder.
You sure did, kiddo.
He turns to me.
Not sure how you did it, but you're the first person I've met who's been able to see Gerby. I've heard lots about him, of course.
And that's when he pulls me and is like, don't you dare fill my kid's head with more lies. I've been taking him to therapy to get this idea of Gerby out of his head. He's believed in this little purple flower for too long, and I won't have you pushing these thoughts further in his head.
My name's Elijah, by the way, and I'm a reporter for one of the local papers. Mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Ooh, if people see pictures of me consistently enough, would they also remember? I just wanted to eat a snack in peace, so I'm being asked to do an interview. My discomfort must show because Elijah waves a hand, just like when I was trying to wave the bug away.
It's fine. Forget I asked. Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
I'm just not very good at talking to people.
Wait! Oh, Miho's pants aren't pants, they're a skirt! Oh, I love them. If you can't tell, I just love everything in this game. I don't know what else to tell ya.
No worries. Thanks for helping Tommy catch that bug, though. Beats me having to do it.
Sure. It was kind of an accident, though.
Hey, an accident doesn't have to be a bad thing. Me and Tommy should probably be heading out, though, or his mum's gonna be upset with me. Oh, and Gerby.
What a nice dad.
Okay. Goodbye.
Take care. Say bye, Tommy.
Bye, Tommy!
Bye!
Elijah takes Tommy's hand and leads him back out the gate. Holding Tommy's book in his other hand, Tommy carries the bug in a jar, peeking in to check on it every few steps. Only Gerby stays behind, orbiting around my head a couple times before bouncing up and down. Then he floats off in the same direction as the other two. When I'm finally alone, I sigh with relief. At long last, I enjoy the snacks that I bought earlier. And when a bug shows up and starts flying around me, I just leave it alone. I'm not taking any more chances. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, I want to keep going, but I'm so tired. I was going to record one more episode, but I genuinely am falling asleep sitting here. Okay, but I will be... Oh. Sorry. I will be back with more in the next one. Oh my gosh, no. The waves started hitting me at like in between episodes, and now it just got worse, and now I'm like legitimately like, you know. So I will see you guys in the next one when we pick up with whatever we're doing the Thursday. So yeah, with all of that being said, I kind of want to say, do I want to save here? I probably should have saved before we did the map stuff so I could experience everything, you know? So I'll start saving here, and then I'll go back to this, and then we can do the one, talk with the guy later. This will be the main save, and this will just be like other choices. You know what I mean? But yeah, with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.